seems to be working. God damn it. You reposted my tweet. Is that what that was? Hey, Chunk. Yep, fuck Naughty Dog. I'm just retweeting Joshy because he's mad at me for something right now. Or, well, actually, I should say I'm just texting him. Just give me a second here, and I'll get to this here. Evidently, I retweeted something of Joshy's while I was half asleep. Well, I was basically asleep, but not completely asleep because I heard my phone. I grabbed it with one eye open, so I was barely conscious and just retweeted whatever Joshy had posted. And hey Dark, and I didn't really see it. Evidently, it was a poll of him asking people what he wanted him to play on his thing, and evidently he was requested BioShock. I did not see that at the time because, like I said, I was half asleep when I retweeted it. I just retweet people's stuff without thinking about anything, because if I see a name, I'm just gonna retweet it, like Mara, Joshy, and so on and so forth. So I was intending on trying to play BioShock today because it was something that as I tweeted out when I woke up a couple hours ago, because it was something I had been thinking about streaming on my channel for like the last year or so that I was having in the back of my mind, and I thought maybe pull the trigger now. And now I learned that Joshy had a poll up yesterday about that. And now he's seemingly pissed at me. But I'm not streaming it right now because, for whatever reason, the Twitch app on the Xbox One isn't allowing me to stream anything from it right now, so I got Mass Effect on the Series S instead. Intended for you guys. Seems like he's accepting my apology. I appreciate that Joshy could, because like I was saying in my text to you, I don't mean to undermine you. If I was conscious and saw your tweet, then I would have just gone with my original plan initially of trying to do this. But it is what it is. Either way. But suffice to say, Twitch decided for me that I wasn't going to do it anyway, so. Because for whatever reason, the Twitch app on the Xbox One is fucked up right now for some reason. But it seems to be working on the Series S. I don't know why. And I even restarted the Xbox One. And it still wouldn't do shit, so. Either way. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah. Let's see. Go to the Stena system and Horsehead Nebula. Alright, Horsehead, got it. I don't know if you know in the chat, Dark, why Chunk was saying fuck Naughty Dog, because I'm wearing a Ryan Kennel t-shirt, fuck Naughty Dog, because of the false copyright strikes that Sony and Muso TNT Limited and Naughty Dog were doing over The Last of Us Part 2 before that came out, with people just talking about it. Gotta turn this headset up here. There, that's better. So I can hear the game. Oh. Wait, was I supposed to be going to a Horsehead? Yeah. I am in the right system. I'm in the right star cluster, I should say. Sounds good. And while we're in the system, we might as well take care of Novaria at that point. Here's the starship. I was watching them around The Last Jedi stuff. Yeah, I first became aware of Jeremy. I think the first video I watched was him talking about The Force Awakens. So I found Jeremy like right before The Last Jedi. And I didn't think anything of it at the time, but I distinctly remember him like talking about like the speculation about who Rey's parents were, and if she's a Kenobi or a Skywalker, or, you know, back when there was excitement for Star Wars, initially under Disney. Turns out we were all fools. Speaking of Star Wars, in the wee hours in the morning tomorrow, like at 2 or 3 in the morning, my time, episode 3 of the Book of Boba Fett is supposed to be dropping. And tomorrow on the YouTube channel of Drudad Entertainment, there's going to be a stream called Episode 2 of Is It Worth It? Featuring, hopefully still, Joshi and myself, reviewing the Book of Boba Fett Episode 3. So, and that'll be at noon tomorrow when we stream our review of that, so stay tuned for that tomorrow. Hopefully that's still happening, as I did schedule it, but we'll see. Now, okay, I guess that's... I guess that's not what we're looking for. Let me check my journal here. Go to X1 and the Horsehead Nebula. Locate the privateers for destroy. Okay. Go to X-Wing. Awakens until my dad said it was just like A New Hope. That's when I started questioning Disney Star Wars. I should have been at that point. I didn't. Because it had been so long since we had Star Wars movies that I thought nothing of it at the time. In fact, I was believing that this was gonna go somewhere good. Ha ha ha. In spite of the fact that it was just like A New Hope. But my thought was, well, they're ripping off, effectively, the original Star Wars. Well, it's not really that bad, because I could think of worse things to rip off other than yourself, effectively. Although the things that I could think that are worse to rip off of, to make something bad, weren't even out yet. Like Ghostbusters 2016. Anyway. Yeah, I only saw The Last Jedi because I had a date for it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have wasted my time. This planet makes me think of Minnesota right now. Driving backwards in this thing is really hard. Yeah, that was not Luke. To quote, well, who used to be great, at least in my opinion these days, Mark Hamill. Now, I'm not saying he's still not a great actor, just not really that great of a human being. As they say, don't meet your heroes. But to quote Mark Hamill, that wasn't Luke, that was Jake Skywalker. Exactly, Chunk. Just like that wasn't Princess Leia, that was Princess Poppins. That was Poppins Organa, if you will.
Enemy is everywhere! This should help.
Headshot. Yeah. Now we'll see where Boba Fett's going at this point. In the morning here. With episode 3. I'm not too keen on the first 2 episodes, but then again, I've already said that publicly on Drewdat Entertainment. Which reminds me, Chunk, can you drop a link to Drewdat Entertainment in the chat for me? Because that's the channel where the review of episode 3 is going to be tomorrow afternoon. Fuck. That's for Drewdat Entertainment, where tomorrow's stream for the review of the Book of Boba Fett episode 3 is going to be. The fact that Chewie walked right past Leia actually missed until everyone pointed it out. Yeah, I saw it the first time when I was in theaters that Chewie. What? Sorry, that Leia walked right past Chewie to hug someone that she had only briefly heard about, maybe if at all, throughout the film in Rey. Yeah. 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 Yeah, and that was after Han died, yeah. And that's another thing. When I was in the theater for The Force Awakens, right before the movie started, I was talking to a guy who was there with his kid. The guy had seen the movie already like twice before, but he was there with his daughter, and she hadn't seen it yet, and neither had I, but I had been on the internet, so I had a good idea on what to expect from the film. Almost as if I had seen part of the film already. Like, for example, I knew that Han was gonna die in it even before I saw it because of things that I was reading on the internet. And that was back when, well, I never really cared about spoilers for much of anything, but if I did care, it it was really kind of hit or miss for me over the years if I cared about spoilers or not. Because the way I generally have always approached spoilers, certain spoilers will sell me on the idea of going to watch this particular thing or take part in whatever we're talking about at that point. So, for example, of things that I didn't care got spoiled for me, The Force Awakens was one of them. The Last Jedi was obviously one. The Fall of Skywalker, I mean, The Rise of Skywalker was one of them as well. But example of things that I did care about not getting spoiled was Endgame at the time from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In the case of Book of Boba Fett, I don't care if anyone spoils it for me because I don't give a flying fuck. I'm only reviewing it so you guys don't have to watch it at this point. Thank you for the subscription to Drew Dat Entertainment, Dark. Because also on there is a stream series called Breaking Rocks, which I've also talked about the Book of Boba Fett on there. That was episode 2 that Joshy and I had talked about previously, as well as my younger brother Desert Nord, whom you will hopefully hear from again in the future at some point soon. We'll see, as he's dealing with his own issues right now. I remember the second time I saw The Force Awakens, the moment Han died. A little kid in the theater actually started crying and screaming, and the mom picked him up and left and didn't come back. Actually, remember when I was telling you guys about the father and his daughter that was like basically like 2 seats over from me? Or just about right next to me? It wasn't just her though. Like, just about everyone in the theater I heard, like, tearing up when Han died. I was the only one that was numb to it, because I knew it was coming for several reasons. One, I saw things on the internet going into The Force Awakens. Two, Harrison Ford had been pushing to try to get Han killed since Empire Strikes Back. Think about that for a minute. So when Force Awakens was announced, and Han was going to be Han Solo, I'm like, there's only one way Han gets out of this, given the fact that they actually roped Harrison Ford back into this. They're going to kill him. They're going to have to, because Harrison has been wanting it since the beginning of Star Wars, effectively. Since the 80s, effectively. Which was give or take when Empire, I think, came out in theaters. So that's another reason why I wasn't shocked that they killed Han. I was borderline... Well, I would have been borderline surprised that they had done it that way if I hadn't, like, known that he was going to fall into a giant hole in the ground and disappear. Which that much got spoiled for me, but what didn't get spoiled was who was going to kill him at that point. But still, like I said, everyone around me was sad and tearing up that Han was killed. I don't remember anyone leaving the theater, but I was too focused on the movie to pay attention to like where people were moving around and whatnot either. Because here's the thing for me, if I'm going to a movie with one other person, it's less about the movie and more about the person that I'm with. That makes the experience of going to see that movie mean anything. So, and if I go to see a movie alone, it's all about what I see on the screen and everything else can fuck off at that point. And I went to see The Force Awakens by myself, so I was only focused on that screen. When I went to see The Last Jedi, I had a date for it. I was focused more on her than on the movie. Fortunately. When I went to see The Rise of Skywalker, I went with the same girl, because we had a date for that too. Back when I was dating somebody. Suffice to say, the young lady that I went to see 2 of those 3 Disney Star Wars movies with, I'm not with anymore. So, ha ha ha. I don't think a lot of people knew that Harrison Ford wanted that, especially the normies. Well, here's a fun fact for you. I learned about Harrison Ford wanting that from my mother. That's where Star Wars comes from for me. My mom was a hardcore Star Wars fan. Except for, here's a interesting fact for you. She was there for the original Star Wars in theaters with her brother, my uncle, when he was a little kid. And as I said, my mom told me that story about Han not wanting to do Return of the Jedi, so that's why he was likely frozen in carbonite in Empire. So yeah, I come from a line of Star Wars fans. And the only reason my dad liked Star Wars is because he married my mom. And he was gonna like whatever she liked at that point, because he loved her. But anyway, back to the Citadel. I've wasted enough time here talking about Star Wars fandom backstories. Unless you guys want to keep doing that. Actually, I will say this about The Mandalorian at this point. I feel like right now, after going through 2 episodes of the Book of Boba Fett, that Luke Skywalker appearing at the finale of The Mandalorian was just Disney like dangling something shiny that they know that people are gonna tear up for to try to distract them at how average The Mandalorian was. Look at this shiny thing. Ignore that this sucks. And ignore the fact that we're shoving this corporate dick up your ass and fucking you again. Is what it basically comes down to at this point. And that thought has only come across my mind like in the last 24 hours too, so like no, actually even less than that. I was actually at work when that thought came across my mind. I was halfway through my work shift at the store and I was thinking about, well, as I so often do while I'm working, like random thoughts pop into my head of things that I could say while I'm on camera. And that was one of them.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Alliance officials have raided a dangerous cult controlled by
I
a
know I
former
definitely
Alliance
took
officer, Major Kyle.
the bait. Was in tears the
Major
moment the
Kyle
X-Wing
surrendered
showed
and
up.
is
Yeah.
now being treated for severe post-traumatic stress disorder.
I was borderline in tears too. Because it wasn't like just Mark Hamill showing up like old Mark Hamill, trying to pretend that he was Return of the Jedi Luke. They actually made him look like Return of the Jedi Luke. Like the end of The Mandalorian was like only months maybe after the fall of the Empire, is how they made Luke look at that point. So yeah, all of us took the bait, but as I look back on it now, yeah, it was just dangling something shiny in front of us to try to distract us with the glare of the Luke Skywalker we want, but ultimately to distract us from what was behind the fucking glare that they didn't want us to see, which was The Mandalorian for what it is, average at best. Now, don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean I'm saying that the Mandalorian series, season whatever the fuck we went through, I think it was 2, but I'm not sure. What was I saying again? Oh yeah. I'm not saying that the Mandalorian was terrible, far from it, but damn sure was not okay either. And then the Book of Boba Fett so far seems to be worse than The Mandalorian. At least after 2 episodes, in my opinion. Because at least in The Mandalorian, it felt like there was like an emphasis like on upholding the lore of Star Wars. In the Book of Boba Fett so far, it seems like they have a bunch of fucking noobs like trying to like do all the costumes and do all of the background shit for the Book of Boba Fett that don't know what the fuck Star Wars is. Yeah. The Pandalorian. That's actually funny, Chunk. Yeah. EFAP is pretty damn good with everything. I'm also amazed at how long they do fucking streams for. Because I've tried to do a 24-hour stream here on this channel at one point. I only made about 13 hours in, maybe. I'm like, I can't fucking do this. I'm too old for this shit. Which is why, if I do a long stream at any point, it's going to be more like a 9 to 10 hour stream at that point. If I even do that again. And I'm leaning towards not at this point in time. I forgot where the fuck I need to go here. Sentinel Tower. That's right. Be glad. Yeah, I didn't really see how that was. Yeah, I'm also desperate for good Star Wars too. Hence why I'm also continuing to try to play through the Jedi Fallen Order game here. Here on this channel, and then porting that over to the YouTube channel for Drudite Games, so if you guys miss it here, you can always go to my YouTube channel, which that is basically an extension of this channel for the most part. Now, obviously, certain things I'm not going to port over there, like most of the Witcher stuff, because I don't know like what episodes of me playing through that are going to have like boobs and whatnot in it. And you and I are probably all hoping for boobs at some point. Because we generally love things like that. I find new Star Wars that in the EU, which I've never read before. Actually, I've been finding a lot of good Star Wars content, in fact, on YouTube by people creating their own Star Wars, like, featurettes and whatnot. So that's what I'm into lately. Like, there's one YouTuber, I can't remember their name, who's doing a YouTube series based off of the Knights of the Old Republic, but a series based off of Malak on YouTube, which I'm highly interested in watching when they release, like, new bits of that. And then also there was other people, like, doing their own live-action Star Wars movies on YouTube with their own unique stories. Yeah. Well, first of all, Star Wars fan projects, 100 times fucking better than anything we get from Disney, first of all. And secondly, it's made by our people. So go support them. That's how things are going to get better, by supporting one another. Bucketheads is pretty good. I'll try to remember that, Chunk. If you want to know about any good EU Star Wars stuff, I suggest trying to hit up Ryan Kinnell, RK Outpost, because he's an expert when it comes to the extended universe, in my opinion.
Maybe. But I wouldn't believe everything you hear.
Any news? Did you find my brother yet?
I found your brother's body. His ship was attacked by privateers.
Willem's dead? I guess I should have expected this. When his ship dropped out of contact, I just knew. But I kept hoping he might still be alive.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you for finding him. It's better to know one way or the other. That's what they say, right?
Yeah.
Please excuse me. I need to go make arrangements for his funeral.
And we've been watching the fan stuff too. I can't read, just like Drunk 3PO. Really like a lot of them, and can't wait for the next episode. Yeah. Since I have the stream up on my laptop so I can see you guys in the chat, let me bring YouTube up and look. I'm assuming that Bucketheads is on YouTube, right? Is that the name of their channel, or is Bucketheads the name of their channel, or is that just the name of their series? Bucketheads Season 1, Episode 1, Ground Zero, Prologue, Star Wars Fan Series. Is that what I'm looking for? In the chat, guys? Twin Sons Production. I got Transmute Pictures here. Which, while I'm looking at this, I might as well subscribe to them. Because from that trailer for what they're doing, that looks pretty neat. Twin Sons Production. Twin Sons Production, okay. Let me type that in then. How many subscribers do they have? Oh, it's Transmute Pictures. Sorry. Well, then I just had subscribed to them then. Fuck. Wrong thing. There we go. Yeah. Then I already just subscribed to them just a moment ago then. Yeah. That was the first channel that popped up for Bucketheads. So, that's Transmute Pictures. Alright. Yeah, I can watch a lot of that while I'm waiting for The Mandalorian Episode 3, so I can watch good Star Wars while I'm waiting for shitty Star Wars later then. What's going on Twitter here now? This my notifications are so fucked right now that I don't know what's recent and what's not anymore. Buckethead Season 1, Episode 1, Ground Zero's Prologue. Yeah, I saw that. I will check that out after my stream here. Like I said, while I'm waiting for the shitty Star Wars to start tonight. Or, well, in the morning, really, I should say. You should look at the first episode when you have a chance. Yeah, I will definitely watch. Well, actually, probably watch a whole bunch of that before. In the morning, I'm actually going to attempt to try to do some Witcher before. Is It Worth It tomorrow? So expect me in the morning tomorrow here playing some Witcher to get that out to you guys before Joshy and I talk about the Book of Boba Fett. So expect that sometime around 8 or 9 in the morning to start. And then I'll try to wrap that up by like 10 o'clock in the morning. So for like a couple of hours in the morning here. So some morning wood with The Witcher, I guess, is what I would call it then. Anyway. Let's check to see if Conrad Werner's floating around the markets again. I suggest Jamie Costa, Kenobi, and Han Solo fan films too, if you haven't already. Really enjoyed those. Yeah, it looks like Conrad's there. Let me go searching for that. Jamie Costa. How many subscribers is the channel that I'm looking for? For Jamie Costa here. Because the first thing that pops up is 156,000 with 9 videos. With a guy named Jamie Costa. Oh. Okay, so I have already watched the Kenobi fan film by him then. So yeah, so I've already seen that, I just haven't subscribed to him. That's fair. Joshy, if you wind up seeing this, do you see what I mean when I see things that I don't remember that I've seen? Yeah. Thanks, Dark. I have seen the fan film by Jamie Costa on YouTube, and I had forgotten that I had seen it. So it doesn't really even matter if I'm half asleep when I post something on Twitch. If I post something, I post so much shit on Twitter that I don't remember half the shit that I retweet and shit. So if I see something, and then I do something, and then you tell me that I saw it and I retweeted it, I'm like, I know that I did it because you're showing me that I did it, but I don't remember doing it because I do too fucking much. Of course, Dark. Thank you for reminding me that I have watched the Kenobi series. Not sure it is either because I'm busy or asleep. Just FYI. You're half asleep? No problem, Chunk. And Chunk, if you have to peace out to go to sleep at any point, feel free to do so. I'm only going to be here till about midnight at the latest, so. And then I'm going to check out, like I said after this, some good fuck. I completely forgot that I had moved this lamp for a reason over here. I've been live for nearly an hour and hadn't turned that thing on. Actually, I should just use the one light because the rest of that's pretty bright. That's better. Oh. I have no idea what's going on right now. That's not what you said. That was in regards of the streams tomorrow. Oh. If you're not there for the business tomorrow. Got it. Okay. I'm the kind of person that needs clarification. Like I tell my bosses at work, you want me to do exactly what you just said in that order? Okay, good. Because if you're giving me a choice, I'm going to do it in a little bit different order than you said. Type of person is the way I am. Anyway. Conrad.
Commander, I've been waiting for you to get back.
Yeah, I figured
Got
you'd
an
be
idea,
here.
and I wanted to run it by you.
What's on
Go
your
ahead.
mind?
With so many human colonies being attacked, I'm not sure that one Spectre is enough. What if you signed me on as another Spectre?
Fuck. Conrad. Oh dear. This guy makes me laugh. What?
Why
What?
would you want to be a Spectre, Conrad?
Because I wanted to show the Council what humanity can do, just like you. I'd make a great Spectre. I want to be with you, fighting the good fight like you did on Elysium during the Skillian Blitz.
I'm really confused. Damn it, and hello there. Did I miss something, Chunk? I'm pretty sure you were here the whole time. Because I see your name in the chat there before those two messages. Are you okay, Chunk? Or am I okay? Somebody's off here, and I'm not sure if it's you or me.
I believe you, Conrad. But there's another fight that needs you.
What? I don't understand.
You know what keeps me going out here? Knowing that people back home are keeping humanity strong.
You're right. I just got so caught up in all of it. I wanted to help. I'll go home. Thanks for setting me straight.
I am nice to Conrad. The best place for Conrad is to be at home and not trying to put on a suit of armor and grabbing a gun and trying to act like Commander Shepard. And Chunk's going all Obi-Wan Kenobi in the chat.
Admiral Kahoku, a respected member of the Alliance military, has passed away. The veteran soldier who won the love of his troops during conflict with the Batarians died of natural causes. Kahoku is survived by his wife and 3 children, who are planning a small private memorial service.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress. Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. XO Presley stands relieved.
Let's go take care of Novaria.
Approach control, this is the SSV Normandy, requesting a vector in the berth.
Normandy, your arrival was not scheduled. Our defense grid is armed and tracking you. State your business.
Citadel business. We got a Council Spectre aboard.
Landing access granted, Normandy.
I think my favorite prequel villain is probably either Maul or Count Dooku for me.
Established, your vessel will be impounded.
What a fun bunch. I think I'll take my next leave here.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
That's far enough.
We're not here to cause problems.
This is an unscheduled arrival. I need your credentials.
You first.
We're the law here. Show some respect.
I'm Captain Maiko Matsuo, Ilanis Risk Control Services.
I'm a Spectre. My name is Shepard.
Load of horse crap, man.
We will need to confirm that. Also, I must advise you that firearms are not permitted on Noveria. Sergeant Sterling, secure their weapons.
We can let them do this, Commander.
Stand down. Their house, their rules.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Captain Matsuo, stand down. We confirmed their identity. Spectres are authorized to carry weapons here, Captain.
You may proceed, Spectre. I hope the rest of your visit will be less confrontational. Parasini-san will meet you upstairs.
It will only be confrontational if you make it confrontational, lady. Women, they always overreact to everything.
Weapons detectors, don't mind the alarms. I am Gianna Parasini, assistant to Administrator Analeus. We apologize for the incident in the docking bay.
I have urgent business here.
One of my duties is orientation of new arrivals. Do you have any questions?
Pretty heavy security for such a small port.
The Executive Board does everything in its power to protect the privacy of our client corporations.
I'm not here to dig out any corporate secrets.
That's gratifying to hear.
Has anyone unusual passed through here recently?
Unusual? An Asari matriarch passed through a few days ago. Lady Benezia.
Benezia. She is here?
Can I speak with her?
Benezia left for the Peak 15 research complex days ago. To the best of my knowledge, she's still there.
Could you tell me how to get there?
You'll need to ask Administrator Analeus for clearance to leave this port.
Where can I find the Administrator?
His office is on the main level, left at the top of the elevator.
Understood. Can we go in now?
Of course. If you need any help, you can ask me at the Administrator's office.
She is here. I can't believe it. I imagine you want to talk to me, Shepard. About my mother.
No, I don't. I trust you, Liara. You may not be military, but you're part of my crew.
Thank you, Shepard. That means a great deal to me.
Welcome to Port Hanshan, the galaxy's most respected site for independent scientific research and development. For your own safety and to protect the privacy of others, you are required to obey any directions given by our security personnel. If you have questions or concerns, our friendly administrative staff is always available. Thank you, and enjoy your stay.
You know, I'm thinking about cutting this only to about another like 50 minutes or so. Maybe less, in order just to raid Joshi. How do you guys feel in the chat about cutting the stream a little shorter than I was initially planning to, just to raid Joshi?
How can I help you?
I'd like to speak to Analeas.
One moment, please. Mr. Analeas?
Yes, what?
Commander Shepard is asking to see you, sir.
Right, fine, come in. You will excuse me if I don't stand up. I have no time to entertain colonial rubes.
I see you looked up my service record.
Only a fool enters negotiation without knowledge of the other party's tendencies. This greeting is a courtesy. I will only cooperate as required by the Executive Board. Businesses come here to avoid the second guessing of galactic law.
Are you telling me you have no safety protocols?
Don't be ridiculous. Do you think a for-profit company would take no precautions against loss of life and material? Project leads have the final say here, not meddlesome politicians.
I'm thinking about doing that. Yes, Dark.
I've heard an Asari matriarch is here. Venezia?
She arrived a few days ago, accompanied by a personal escort and some cargo. She's up at Peak 15.
What can you tell me about her cargo?
Large, heavy, and sealed. It passed weapons screening. Beyond that, it is not our concern.
I'd like to see her, immediately.
I'm afraid that you cannot. Peak 15 is a private facility in the Skadi Mountains. Regardless, there is a blizzard in the area. Shuttles are grounded and surface access has been cut off.
Surface access, you say?
Cut off, I said. The roads are not suitable for travel. Don't make an issue of this, Shepard.
Forget him, Commander. If he won't play ball, I'm sure someone else here will.
I have no more questions at this time.
Good. I received a dozen urgent messages while you dithered about.
Yeah, and I bet all of them are telling you to go fuck an iceberg.
Commander, you can't bludgeon through bureaucracy.
So it would seem. I need an alternative.
Talk to Lorik Keen. You should be able to find him at the hotel bar. Can't say more. Not within earshot of Mr. Analeas.
Talk to you later.
Very well.
Let me see how long Joshi has been live for here. That'll give me an idea on how much longer he'll be live. He's playing Mass Effect 3. Yeah. I am going to cut mine off here. We're gonna go raid Joshi right now. And then I will upload this to YouTube, so when it disappears off of Twitch, you guys can rewatch this and the fun that we had talking about Star Wars over there. So with that in mind, I'll see you guys in the morning for playing some of The Witcher 3 and some fun times with that. And then after that, Joshi and I talking about the Book of Boba Fett Season 3 over on Drudette Entertainment at about noon Central Standard Time. That being 11 a.m. Eastern Time and 10 Pacific. With that in mind, I'll see you guys in the morning. If you guys are up at that point, and tell Joshi I sent you. Good night, guys.